Hello and welcome back to Logan Sounds Off. As you saw on the thumbnail and on the title, I'm going to be reviewing a very special album today and one of the most influential of all time, and I have to cover up a bit of it. If you know the album cover, you know why. This is Nirvana's Nevermind. A fantastic album, very well done album. And obviously everybody knows this album now. Sorry, I hit off the mic there. Being such an influential one and such a fantastic record, and really cool packaging as well. But this is one of the best rock albums in history, in my opinion. There is no doubt about it. With songs like "Smells Like Teen Spirit," just any song on this album that you pick is excellent. The musicians on this are fantastic. Whether it's Kurt's melancholy vocals on something in the way, or Dave Grohl trying not to smash his drums to pieces in Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's incredible, this album, and very, very good. Obviously, as you know, I love it already. This was one of the first albums I bought, except I didn't buy this on vinyl. I bought on CD. So, I'm really happy that I'm going to be getting into this now. Starting off with, as everybody knows, Smells Like Teen Spirit. And this song is mixed very well, like really well, with a loud drum establishing a beat, the bass complementing the guitar, and the bass and the guitar fusing to make this just beefiness sound. An iconic video that everybody knows and has even been parodied by Weird Al Yankovic and stuff as well, and people have looked on that video and just loved it, and it's just a fantastic track. Obviously the riff is iconic, and those drum fills of Dave Grohl's in it are really good as well, and Kurt's rasping and loud and destructive crazy vocals throughout this as well are fantastic. You feel like they could smash something during that song. It's really, really cool. And then you have In Bloom, and I love the guitars and bass sound in this as well. And it's really cool. And I love the double tracked vocals. Like, I love double tracked vocals. One of my favourite three musicians, Kurt Cobain, Elliott Smith, as well as John Lennon, they all double tracked vocals and they sound beautiful. For example, this album for Kurt Cobain, this particular record for double tracking was really, really good. Either Or by Elliott Smith was incredible, and John Lennon double tracked a lot of his songs, so there's not really one to name by the Beatles or him himself, but just very good, and I love that song for that reason. And then you've Come As You Are. Interesting story about this. If you're a diehard Nirvana fan, you've heard this story 10 billion times before, but if you don't know this, you'd be surprised. The bass line in this isn't theirs. This was actually sampled from... So it started off with a song by The Damned, then Killing Joke, the rock band sampled it for their song 80s, which was also a hit, but Come As You Are was a way bigger hit that also sampled it. So you had The Damned, who wasn't such a big hit. I mean, it was big, but not that big. 80s, which was massive and got a lot of hits, and Come As You Are, which never gets out of people's heads. It's stuck there forever. It's now burnt into your memory. So... it's very interesting how that happened. But it works well with the guitars, and it just is really, really cool, especially during the kind of sparkly sound of the guitar throughout the chorus. It's really, really cool. So, although the bass is sampled, I mean, you can have the bass sampled, whatever. You've also got the rest of a song. So I will say the guitars and drums work really well, especially Dave Grohl's drum fills in this towards the chorus is very, very good, and I enjoyed a lot. And then you have Breed, which is one of my favourite songs in this album. And I love the lyricism and class distorted guitars that make this song really harsh. And just fantastic lyrics. I know in the chorus, I think it's... we can plant a house, we can build a tree, or something like that. Which is really, really cool. Just a fantastic track. And Breed really is one... like, along with Territorial Pissings... those two songs are really the epitome of Nirvana. The like any other song, they represent Nirvana very well. Just the harsh, really cool, loud guitars. And you have that as well on like the previous album, Bleach, with songs like Floyd the Barber as well. which is a brilliant track, and I love Floyd the Barber a lot, that song. But it's really, really cool. And then you have Lithium, which is kind of like this nearly lonely sounding track, which is kind of sad, but really interesting. Like, I think it's I found my friends, they're in my head. It's like really cool lyrics. But this is kind of chilled out to begin with, really strange, a bit eerie, and then it just goes straight into normal Nirvana intensity to it with the chorus, and it's really, really cool and really loud and strong. And then you move on to a very dark track, so I'm not going to get into the meaning or anything behind this song, but you get into Polly, which is very grim territory that ends off side B well, but it's a really dark acoustic song that closes off side A of Nevermind very well, and it's just a really good track. The lyricism on this, with how dark it is, it's very dark and it's very hard to enjoy the lyricism of this, but I feel like the lyricism of this does need to be commended. It's very well done. Then you have Territorial Pissings, as I mentioned earlier, that starts off side B, and this is a really harsh this is a really harsh track that like distortion is just out the window. This is just overdriven, demolishing distorted guitars, and just really harsh screaming vocals. You can hear the strain on his voice. I'm curious to see how many takes of this they did. Very interesting. And then you move on to Drain You, and I love the vast sounds of this song. It's very, very good. And this kind of weird eeriness that goes on throughout this song is really, really cool. And awesome drums as usual, but the melodies in this and bass are specifically very good, in my opinion, on this particular album. This song. It's very, very good. But also the album, but in general, specifically, this song's very good for that. And then you have Lounge Act. And Lounge Act, I love the bass in this song. It is really cool. Really, really cool bass. And the vocal sound on this song is incredible. The vocal sound is really, really well done in Lounge Act. But the next song that I'm going to talk about has one of my favourite parts of the whole album. Just one little part. The drums are brilliant. Really, really good. But when they come in on this song, they're awesome. But I love when Kurt's vocalizing is matching with the guitar. That he's not even saying anything, or if he is, it's indecipherable to me. And it's really, really interesting. The one track that I recommend to listen to is Stay Away off this album. And not Smells Like Teen Spirit, not Come As You Are. If you don't know it, which I'd be very surprised at this stage, if you're into the kind of music that I am, very, very surprised, listen to Stay Away before you go to Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'd really recommend that. On a Plane then. I love the guitar sound in this track, and the drum fills on this are really cool. They're through this track a ton. It's a really, really cool song, and I love On a Plane a lot. It's one of the songs actually that got stuck in my head a lot. On a Plane was something that really just was constantly in my head, always there. I was singing it in school, I was singing it coming home from school, I was singing it before in the morning, I was singing it going to sleep. It was always there. But then you got Something in the Way, which is just a really dark but beautiful acoustic closer with really good strings. And strings actually work really well with rock music. I know that is strange, but it works really well, like especially with even Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins off Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. That is where it works. So strings work very well on this. This was apparently based on a diary entry of Kurt Cobain's journal, but apparently Kurt used to write a lot of stuff that was not true. So it's very hard, because he used to write, let's say, this happened when I was 14, but he also used to write about other things that happened at that exact same time. So it's very hard to know the biography of Kurt Cobain from birth, because a lot of it was confused in mangled diary entries and really dark stories and things like that. But this album is just fantastic. Obviously, like, I know the album cover, I can't really be shown it, but just the baby chasing the dollar is iconic now. But this album is so influential and has blown people away. And it really should. It's such a fantastic album. And I love it so much. It's one of those albums that just have blown me away over and over again. I was happy to get this on vinyl as well. It's a fantastic record and really fantastic lyricism. I love the packaging of this particular album. You see the lads, you see Kurt, Chris, and then obviously Dave. It's a really good album, but it's sad thinking back now that Kurt's passed on, especially now years, but it's a fantastic album and I'm so happy to review this. I mean, obviously, the way I've spoken about it, 5 out of 5 stars. It's fantastic. I love it a lot. But I'd be curious to hear your thoughts about it, so comment down below. If your friend likes Nirvana, if you have that one friend, like I do, who is obsessed with Nirvana, share it on to them. I'd love to know if they enjoy it. Please share, please like, please subscribe to the channel. It helps so much you wouldn't believe. Thank you so much. And even if you didn't like the video, even if you hated the video, and if you disagree with my review completely, thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon, and thank you so much for all my subscribers. I'm really grateful for every subscription and every follow on social media. My next TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, every single one of them. Check me out on it. It really does help a ton. Bye bye, guys.